Buddha created purifications. Buddha created special types of visualizations. Buddha created the Buddha Dharma Sangha. Buddha created Sutra and Tantra. Buddha created Hinayana, Mahayana, and Tantrayana. Buddha created Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, Vajrapani, Dana. Buddha created Vajragini. And these beings have body, speech, and mind. These Buddhas have body, speech, and mind. And their body, speech, and mind has no karma, doesn't create karma, doesn't make you create karma, doesn't damage, doesn't hurt, and it's based on the truth. Our body is not based on the truth. Our body is based on something that's not true, karma. What's untrue about karma? Karma always changes. So if it's this way, it doesn't stay this way. If it's that way, it doesn't stay that way. If it's this way, it doesn't stay that way. Karma is not true. It exists, but it's not something that you can rely on. When I say truth or true, it doesn't mean whether karma exists or not. It means that karma is unreliable. It's not a truth you can trust in. But the Buddha's truth you can trust in. The Buddha's wisdom, let's say Vajragini Buddha's wisdom, you can trust in. Vajragini's body, you can trust in. Vajragini's speech, Vajragini's practice, meditation, you can trust in. Because if you go to her today, tomorrow, you're in a good mood, you're in a bad mood, you go to her next year, next lifetime, previous lifetime, she stays the same to benefit you, to help you, to purify your karma, to purify your body, speech, and mind. What does purified body, speech, and mind mean? Purify the body, speech, and mind means this. All of us, me, you, we have karma of the body, speech, and mind. It hasn't opened yet. For some of us, it just takes a trigger and it will open. For some of us, it open, we go crazy. For some of us, it open, we get cancer. For some of us, it opens, we get a heart attack. For some of us, it opens, we lose our fortune. For some of us, the karma opens, we become unstable. So when karma opens, you will experience something. Nobody in this room doesn't have karma. Nobody in this room doesn't have negative karma to experience. It's just what will trigger it. So if you like to go drinking all the time, one day that will trigger that kind of karma. If you like to go out and look for bullying, you will trigger that karma. Some kind of disease that comes from bullying. If you like money and wealth and power, and you only mix with people who are rich and money and power, and go out, travel, you will open that kind of karma. What kind of karma? Loneliness. You'll never find friends in that sphere. You'll find great loneliness. So somehow you will trigger that kind of karma. But when you associate yourself with, for example, a Buddha, nothing negative can be triggered. Nothing negative can be collected. Nothing negative can be opened. Let's say Cynthia was a mass murderer 10 lifetimes ago. So she's got the karma of having murdered people. So that karma will come back to her body somehow. Pain, or people around her giving her pain, or her always experiencing some kind of pain. Now, if she associates with people out there who are harmful, that drink, go out, attached, she will open that karma. If she associates with Vajragini, she associates with Sangha, or her Guru, or highly enlightened beings, or the Dharma, it won't open that karma up. And if it does open that karma, it will be purified. So let's say that Cynthia goes out and has parties every single night, goes to the gym, goes out, has parties, enjoys herself, stays in the city, talks to friends, talks about money, talks about relationships, has bullying. She does that all the time. That will lead to opening the karma that she's collected from doing all that for many lifetimes and the negative karma. But let's say Cynthia every day does 50 prostrations to Vajragini, circumambulation around Vajragini, living in a place that's near Vajragini, living in an environment that learns about Dharma, living in a place that learns about transformation, change, developing compassion. And you know what happens? Definitely Cynthia in her previous lives has done very good stuff too. Definitely. We didn't only do bad things, so that will trigger the good things to come. When the good things come, she will collect more positive karma in this life to to even create more positive karma. So what happens is this. I always give this example. Let's say this room, this huge room, is filled up to the brim with water. Even if you put one bottle of completely black ink inside, you won't see it dilute. So if you collect this much positive karma, the negative karma will be diluted and purified. But if every day you're attracted to booty, money, going out, party, fun, convenience, city, talking, just traveling, just wasting your time, it's like this whole room is filled with black ink. The whole room. And then you go to your Dharma center and you recite Om Mani Padme Hum for one day. You do a fasting retreat, 8-vow fasting retreat, Mahayana vow fasting retreat, right? But every day you're out there in the city or wherever. It can be the country too, fulfilling your attachments. Then you go do Om Mani Padme Hum. It's like taking, this whole room is filled with black ink, and one bottle of clear white water you pour inside. Is this going to get clear? That's it. So every day, please think to yourself. Every day, are you in a big fish tank filled with black ink, pouring 1 cup of water in? Or are you in a fish tank with clear water, pouring maybe more clean water and a little bit of dirty water in? Which one are you? Real monks, real nuns, real practitioners, they're like in a fish tank with white water. And they pour in a little black water, a little clean water. Because, even if they're monks and nuns, they're not with us yet. I'm not with them. I still collect negative karma. I still am a normal person and I collect negative karma. But because most of my day is not occupied with attachments, so I don't live in a fish tank with black ink. Does everybody understand that example? I'm not putting anyone down, Rinpoche's a monk, so I'm pure, I'm perfect, and you're not. That's not the point. That's not what I'm saying. I'm giving you just a simple example. So what we do is, since we're here, we're in a holy place. We're in a holy place some of the time. Let me make it simple for you. Purify as much karma as you can. Collect as much merit as you can while you're here. Whether you're here for 10 years, 5 years, 1 year, 1 month, 1 day a month, whether you're here until you die, it doesn't really matter. Don't lose this opportunity. You know how we stuff ourselves with unorganic, dirty, processed foods all week long, and once in a while we come across, fresh juice. We go to the malls, they have a fresh juice stall, we go there, I'd like a fresh juice please, that's pressed with chia seeds. So we think that'll wipe away all the McDonald's, KFC we've been eating for 10 years, right? One little chia orange juice. But that's how our mind works, really. And then, all this karma is accumulated for many, many years. Where does it come from? It's not your wife's fault. It's not your husband's fault. It's not your friend's fault, it's your fault. Because if you didn't have all these problems inside of you, no one would irk you, no one would disturb you. No one would bother you. You are difficult, temperamental, loud, judgmental. You shout, you scream, you tell people off. It isn't necessarily that they are what they're doing to irritate you. It's that you're able to be irritated. The very fact that you're able to be irritated tells you there's something wrong with you, as well as them. That they're doing these things to people to hurt them. But you see, your issue is not to control them and control the world. Your issue is to control yourself. Because this person will irritate you, you can just go away, but you can't go away from yourself. So every time you get angry, you get irritated, you know what it does? It opens up that karma for you, for the karma that you collected. Many karmas collected for many lifetimes, this lifetime, to suffer. Negative reaction, negative action, opens up negative actions. And then it forces you to do further negative actions. So, if I associate with any of you, I'm going to collect negative karma. If you associate with each other or me, we're going to collect some sort of negative karma. And if I associate with you, I'm going to collect positive karma. And when you associate with me, you also collect positive karma because we're normal beings and we have these ups and downs. But when you associate with Vajrayogini, you will never have any negative karma no matter what. If you associate with Buddha Shakyamuni, Wala man song papa or manjushri, you'll never have negative karma. So in fact, you should marry them. I'm married to Buddha. Buddha Vajrayana. I'm married to Shakyamuni. I'm married to Tsongkhapa. I'm married to Tara. So whatever I do, that's why I wear my robes. That's why I'm a monk. So when I'm married to them, my marriage and my relationship and what I do in my marriage is very different than other marriages. The things I do with them creates positive karma. Because I study Dharma, I practice, I do my meditations, I do my recitations, I control my desires such as eating meat. I control it. Don't get me wrong, meat's delicious, I love meat. I love meat, I grew up on meat. I eat meat every single day because that's my culture. I grew up and I didn't even think more about that. These days, no. I've been out of meat for a long time, so when I smell it, I get sick. I stay away from meat now because I'm so used to it. And I'm not losing any nutritional value. So what happens is when I associate with Vajrayana, when I associate with Buddha, I read about karma, I read about Dharma, and I start acting in a way that changes my behavior, that my relationship with them becomes better and better and better and better. How does it become better? I transform. So their bodies, their speech, and their mind could never create negative karma for you. Never. So whatever you do with them, you only collect positive karma. So whatever you do with the Buddha, because the Buddhas have no karma, they have no attachment, they have no inkling of harm or damage, or anything you do with them cannot be harmful. That's why whatever you do with them, two things happen. You either purify a lot of karma, and when you purify the karma, you don't have to experience it. You're not taking away your karma. In reliance on them, you're purifying your karma. For example, when you have Buddha Shakyamuni, and you prostrate to him every day 50 times, 10 times, 12 times, right? You're experiencing some discomfort when you're prostrating. That feeling of discomfort is purifying the karma instead of it gathering together and you feeling discomfort all in one shot. Everybody understand? Yes. Who likes to do prostrations? Certainly not me. I hate prostrations. I don't hate in the sense of what it means. I'm talking about the physical action. Who likes prostrations? Nobody. Who likes exercise? Nobody. Nobody. All of you are good people. Why not do something even better for yourself? I told some of my students, some of you have worked so hard for our center. You worked so hard to benefit others. You worked so hard along with me, and we've done so much together. And that's great. So my job is to make sure you go to a good place when you pass away. But you can make my job easier if you cooperate with me now. Very simple. It's like when you go to a doctor and you have all kinds of illnesses and problems, you can make your doctor's job easier to heal you if you follow the diet, the exercise, the restrictions, your medication, sleeping, isn't it? So if you don't follow your medication, you don't follow your diet, you don't follow your exercise, you don't do all that, and then you go back to your doctor, you're always sick, what do you want him to do? Even if he's the kindest, most best doctor in the world that can save thousands of lives. If you don't cooperate, how? So your job is not to follow me like a slave, or mindlessly without thinking. Your job is to help me make my job easier to serve you. It's as simple as that. Aren't monks supposed to serve people? Doesn't a real Rinpoche incarnate to serve sentient beings? The word is serve. Isn't that what they're supposed to do? So if you make my job easier, guess what? It's going to be easier for you. I'm ahead of the game. I spent my life studying Dharma. You didn't. That's it. Otherwise, inside we're pretty much the same thing. I'm ahead of the game in that way. So if you make my job easier, I can help you more. I can help you now. You can help yourself now. You can help yourself at the time of death, which is the most important. So what instructions is your teacher going to give you? To benefit yourself and others. That's it. That's the only instruction your teacher is ever going to give you. If you think about all the weird instructions that your teacher's given you over the years, weird and not weird, and things you understand and don't understand, it's to help. There's that track record. And there are some people who can't take it. There are some people who can't take all that. They have to go, they have to leave. Some people leave nicely. Some people leave and they have to destroy what they left and disparage and say negative things about what they left in order to justify why they left. I mean, there's all types of people out there. I'm not the first Rinpoche to be hated and people try to get me. There's many Rinpoches, and many Geshis, many teachers in the past that people want to get for whatever reasons. I'm not special. So if you make it easy for your teacher will make it very easy for you. Oh yes. So we have a wonderful little community here. Everything starts small. We're the ones who made it. We're the ones who want to be here. We're the ones that said, you know what, we want to do something with our lives. We're here. We're not better than anybody else, but at least we realize that we want to do something about our predicament. So what we should do every day is we should do our Dharma work. But remember something, Dharma work does not equate Dharma practice. Dharma work supports Dharma practice. Dharma work is not equivalent to Dharma practice. If that was the case in the monasteries, you have monks that cook, that do chamsa work, that do business, that clean, that paint, that take care of the fields. You have monks that go purchase items. You have monks that go and print books. You have monks that run the monastic hotels, guest houses. You have monks that are secretaries. You have monks that do writing. Well, then they don't have to meditate or do any retreats to that. Just from that alone, they become enlightened. No. No. So even in the monasteries, monks do real, definite Dharma practice. Now, there are two different types of Dharma practice. Dharma practice, internal, external. Internal is when you transform. External is meditation, mantras, recitation, contemplation, prostrations, purifications, retreats, mandala offerings. Those are external.